Guys, and in today's video I will be showing you how to make a normal automatic shearing sheep farm. So I guess we should probably show you what items you will need, and we should also get right into the tutorial. So these are the things you're going to need. You're going to need some chests, you're going to need some hoppers, you're going to need some rails, some minecarts, some glass, some stone, some normal redstone, and some observers, and then some leaves, and then just a bunch of shears to reload your system. And before you say anything, I know we are playing on the Bedrock version, but this will also work for Java, so no worries. And obviously it has to rain when I'm trying to record a video, so let's change that. There we go, should be changed. And now let's get right into the build. So obviously the first thing you're going to want to do is place down your chest like this. And now depends on as to how much efficient you want this sheep to be. In Minecraft there is I think 16 colors, but I'll check. Yeah, so check that on the official wiki. So there are 16 colors, so you're probably better off having 16 chests in a row like this. It does not have to be that much, but I guess we can do it that way. And this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 chests like this. Then you're going to want to place in yourself hopper into these chests, into every single one of them, behind them. There we go, just like this. And then you're going to want to place in the exact same, but do it with the rails on top of all these hoppers for every single one of these on top. Then once you have all of these placed in, the next thing you are going to want to do is place a 2 high column just like this, going into this kind of pattern, just simply like this. And yeah, you just keep on going until you reach the end. And also, if you want, you can use another block, but I wouldn't recommend it just because it's a nice transparent, solid block really. So basically, it's better off just to use leaves, I guess. So once all that is done, the next thing you are going to want to do is you're going to want to place in leaves on top of these chests as well. And yes, this is also basically another purpose of the leaf, so you can open whatever chest you want at any time, and it will open simply because the block above is a transparent block, and yeah, it can suit right into this, so that's perfect. Anyways, besides that, the next thing you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to basically place in hopper minecarts, now not normal minecarts, hopper minecarts, the whole way across the line just right here. So once you have that done, you're going to want to get yourself observers, and you're going to want to place them in on back of every single column right here facing into that direction. So they are basically going to observe this block when you put it here. That's the next step. So just simply like this. After you have all of them in, you're just going to want to do the same and just basically put in grass right in front of these, these observers. Then you're going, after you have that done basically, then you're going to want to put in a nice solid block. Obviously has to rain once again. There we go. So as I was saying, you're going to want to place in a nice solid block in the back of each of these observers going down the line. So that should basically look something like this. Then you should want to get in your redstone, and you are going to want to place it on top of each of and every one of these blocks right here. Then after that should basically look like this. And I did forget to mention this in the start, but doesn't matter. It's actually really simple to make these. But you're going to want to place them in, they're called dispensers by the way. You're going to want to place them in just like this. And as you can see, they are going to fill in just nice and slowly, just the whole way down. And then also what you can do is you can basically fill these guys up with shears. For now, you can just start off with one shear. Obviously, you can enchant them up with unbreaking if you're on Java, and or even Bedrock really. And yeah, you just basically want to fill them up the whole way. So the final shear in just simply like this, and there we go. Then what you can actually do is extend another leaf layer just simply like this. So on top of every single leaf, just put another leaf block just simply like this, and just keep on going the whole way down. So that should end up looking something like this. Then you want to get some glass, and you are going to want to extend this up another 2 blocks just simply like this, not like this. Just keep on going until you have 2 blocks on top of every single one of these leaf blocks. So that should end up looking something like this. And then you are going to want to place in the same glass pieces on top of these dispensers, which you're going to have to sneak for. But yeah, just keep on doing it and down the whole line. So that should end up looking something like this. Then you're going to want to place in a temporary leaf block on each one of these top corners, just like this. Doesn't have to be leaf, it can just be a solid block or anything like that. And yes, I know for some people this may be hard. Honestly, you're going to want to get in your sheeps in. So probably I recommend what you do is just maybe create some kind of staircase, or you can even maybe put them in a minecart or something, just basically leash them up here and just make them try and fall in or nudge them in to this spot. So obviously that's the way you can possibly do that. But obviously since I'm in creative, I'm just going to pop them in like here, and you do not want baby sheeps, as you can see that already dispensed. So we're gonna just want normal fully grown up and probably white sheeps, and also yeah, make sure they do fall in across the whole line. I just want to actually put a disclaimer that before you put in your sheep, you're going to have to dye it. So for example, I want this sheep white, it's just already dyed white. I'm going to leash it and I'm going to put it in here as white. Then the next color is obviously light gray. So let's just say I'm going to dye this guy, yeah, so basically light gray. And then you're going to want to put them in here. So never put just white sheep in and then dye them, because there's a chance they might eat it. And then, yeah, if they're sheared like these ones, it's not able to dye them. As you can see, I am trying to dye it, but it's not possible. So make sure you dye your sheep before it goes into the machine. And also, I would actually also recommend that you breed up these sheep in kind of a spot somewhere in your farm, because they will eventually despawn even if you get them. So make sure you don't need a lot of name tags. Do not worry about that. Just make sure they have breeded with another sheep. So yeah. So after you have officially dyed all your sheeps, they should look something like this, and they should basically start producing wool for you the second you put them in, because as you can see, I'll show you here in a second after I break this, okay? So the way this works is the sheep, well, obviously the grass has to regrow, which you will be actually removing these leaves right here because they're only temporary templates basically. So yeah, you can just basically remove these, and we'll be putting in the grass right now. So basically what you want is to put in some grass blocks just in something like this order, so they could basically, so it could spread the easiest way possible, the more you have beside it. And yes, it will have to rain once again. So there we go. After you fill in all your grass, they should look something like this, and that should basically make the dirt blocks easier to spread, or should I say the grass blocks into the dirt blocks so they can convert to glass. Anyway, so the way, as you can see, this sheep has already been sheared, so it's going to eat the grass. The observer is going to detect that. As you can see right now, it's going to happen, and that brings a pulse into this block, which obviously powers this redstone dust, which powers this dispenser, which will automatically shear that sheep, popping it off with the wool, and the wool will get sucked into the hopper minecart, which sucks it out from the hopper and right into your chest. There we go. It has literally been 3 minutes and you already got 6 wool. Potentially, yes, you could also have, like 16 of white sheep, and, your light, I don't know, whatever this color is. Basically, you could also have 16 of those, 16 of those. That would be really, really efficient. But if that's just kind of really if you're playing on a multiplayer world, if you're playing on a survival world, I do recommend this will probably last you maybe twice this, I think. But if you really don't use the wool a lot and you just want a kind of decent supply, I recommend this should do you enough. Anyways, it's besides that point where I tell you what these blocks are for right here. So what we just want is to just place in trapdoors. So, for example, like lightning won't hit our sheeps, or, stuff like that. And also trapdoors. So yeah, they could have a bit of light. So even the grass could, basically spread. And talking about making it light, you should probably put torches here, because your farm, yeah, is probably going to want to work at nighttime as well. So yes, you probably want to put in torches just simply like this all around, just to keep the grass nice and lit up. Now this is totally unnecessary, but if you want, you can also put in, your trapdoors just simply like this right in here. That is purely for decoration, just so you won't have this, ugly dirt hanging around. So yeah, if you want, you can decorate this just simply like this. And yes, I did say that these are temporary blocks up here, but I think they actually add a bit of a nice contrast to it, since the leaves are here and on the top as well. So if you want, you can actually keep them, but obviously if you want can remove it, you can do that as well. Anyways, that has to be unfortunately all for me. Hope you did enjoy this tutorial, and I will catch you in the next one. Also, don't forget to catch my survival let's plays. And main of all, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Bye bye.